How many changes are needed in Buffalo? Ready?
I'm ready. How much forward ready? Sorry.
What was that?
Listen, sometimes there's just some demons you gotta exercise, and that was one of them.
Oh my god.
That was one of
Oh
them.
my god. Well, welcome to Pucked Up, everyone. Wow. 20 seconds into the Sabres game, and they give up a goal. We're going to be talking about the Buffalo Sabres a little later today. But yeah, it is D and I today. Danger should be back with us next week. We miss her and her fun mispronouncing of names that we all giggle at.
Yeah.
Because we're
It's
still
fun.
5 years old.
Maybe a little bit older. I feel like at least 7 to start getting some of these other jokes.
I'm 7, but I can read at like a 9-year-old level.
Right, exactly.
So like, yeah. I
Yeah.
can read like the
I feel
tough
that.
books. I can read the tough
Yeah.
books. Like Cat in the Hat. That one's
I was gonna say
gross.
like boxcar children.
Like
Maybe that's
boxcar
like dating me. I don't know what the equivalent is these days.
boy with the purple crayon.
Oh,
I might be
Harold.
able to read chicken soup books at this point. We're getting
Yeah.
there.
Oh wow, that's a
Jesus
throwback.
Christ, we're old.
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck?
Oof. Oof.
Oh, that's a harsh realization.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where to go with that other than, hey, we got some PWHL stuff to talk about.
You know what, Chris? We sure fucking
It's
do.
millennials at their
Um,
finest, just realizing that their youth is quickly fading.
has faded.
Ugh. Dude, we're still
It's
below
gone.
35. We're still young.
Oh, only for a little while longer.
We'll be all right.
We'll be fine. All right, so we do have some news. Well, first of all, there's no 3 stars this week for the PWHL because they did not play a single game last week.
No.
So there was nothing to 3-star about because nobody touched the ice. So instead, we're going to talk about some other cool stuff. Mainly, number one, the Minnesota Frost have partnered with FanDuel Sports Network, and FanDuel is also going to broadcast all of the games locally. It will be 27 regular season. Highlights of the 27 game regular season schedule include a rematch of the PWHL finals when the Frost host Boston on Thursday, January 2nd. So yeah, they're just going to do all that coverage. It's widely available, so you don't have to live just in Minnesota, but in the surrounding areas and everything. So if you have Bally Sports, or what was formerly Bally Sports, now FanDuel Sports Network, you should be able to watch the Minnesota Frost games. Though also, if you don't have that, you can also watch it
Just
like the rest
watch
of us
them
on
for
YouTube.
free on YouTube.
Yeah. You don't have to pay nobody.
Yeah, guess how
But
much
it is
that
really
costs
cool
you.
to have a bigger, network pick it up. Right? Like that's still an accomplishment. And so shout out to the PWHL for
absolutely.
that. Even though I will still be using your YouTube. That's still really, really, really dope to see. So
I didn't realize.
congratulations.
Was Bally Sports bought by FanDuel?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I see. I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
Because the Ducks used to be Bally Sports, but once that went away, they became Victory Plus this year.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the difference is on that, but yeah, that's kind of shocking. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they
shout
only
out.
bought it in like that Midwest market, I think.
Okay, shout out
Yeah.
to Minnesota for that's a big partnership.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
a real
That's a
big
big name.
partnership.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of some other partnerships, for one, um, the official dairy partner of both the Toronto Scepters and the Calgary Charge, or sorry, Ottawa Charge. I see the C and I think Calgary
They
with the
look like the
Flames.
fucking
Anyway,
Flames.
yeah. Anyway, the official partner, dairy partner, is the Dairy Farmers of Ontario. You may notice their logo, the milk in that beautiful script, because Toronto Maple Leafs also have them as an official partner.
Right on their
Official dairy
jersey.
partner, one presumes.
Just says milk.
It just says milk. So now Toronto and Ottawa have that as well. So congratulations on
Fucking
that.
with the guttural milk.
Milk.
That was terrific. You're just like they have milk.
Listen.
Jesus Christ, she
Um
might as well be the bouncer for Roadhouse at this point.
That'll just be my personality for the next fucking 92 minutes of this
I
podcast.
ate a bowl of nails for breakfast. Yeah, without any milk.
Actually, cereal sounds so fucking good right now. I'm not even
Dude,
gonna
cereal
lie.
does sound good. I got
It
like
sounds
$8
so
to my
good.
name. I should run to Dollar General and get some fucking Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Dude, I literally just got that today.
Oh my
Just picked it up
god.
from the
I
store.
think I need to do that. Anyway.
It's so good. Anyway, back to this. In a more serious turn of events, the PWHL now has an official accounting software partner. Don't know why, but they have that as a partnership, and it is Intuit QuickBooks. So they will the alliance will provide Intuit QuickBooks with an opportunity to connect with Canada's growing and evolving small business population, including women in business. The newly formed PWHL provides a unique platform to drive equal opportunity for women, a demographic that faces unique barriers in business ownership. So this platform includes Intuit TurboTax, Credit Karma, QuickBooks, and MailChimp. Forgot about MailChimp even existing.
See, what the fuck is MailChimp?
It's like for sending out like large emails to databases.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the hell? That's why I don't know if you saw my face. Like, MailChimp?
MailChimp?
What is that?
Yeah. Intuit bought it years ago.
Okay.
So there you go. So yeah, and Intuit QuickBooks Canada is their next partner. And then what I think personally is the most exciting partnership of this mini series of announcements is that Bravado will be the official bra partner of the PWHL. As every woman in sports knows, you need to hold them titties down. And so you need a good bra to do that. And you need a good bra off the ice as well. Because sometimes you still need to hold them titties down, let me tell you. So Bravado Designs is a globally recognized female-led and designed intimate apparel brand, and they're thrilled to announce their partnership with the PWHL. A woman-founded sponsor of the PWHL, Bravado Designs, becomes the league's official bra partner. Just as PWHL players push their bodies to limits on and off the ice, we push our designs to ensure our bras move, adapt, and evolve with each woman's journey. Whether she's growing a baby or competing as an athlete, this sponsorship brings together two industry forces united by a shared commitment to support and empower women as they pursue their best selves, says Nicole McCasey, president of Bravado Designs. So shout out to the PWHL for including that, and for Bravado for wanting to be a part of the PWHL as they launch their second season. It's really cool to see these sponsorships roll in, especially as the season is still so young, knowing that they're working so hard behind the scenes to make sure that this league sticks around is really awesome. And so we love that. We love to see it.
And I mean, it seems kind of silly, right, to talk about they have a bra partnership, but like that's actually like a really important thing. Like having correct athletic wear. Like I wouldn't know, but like the common knowledge here and the common sense rule says this is important. So
it's important.
Actually, big shout out to the PWHL for this. This is a real big deal.
And big shout out to them for partnering with a company like Bravado instead of a company like Victoria's Secret that was founded by a man. Bravado is founded by women, and so it's super important that women are leading that space as well, as they know they know the support that it needs. You know what I mean?
Right, and it's not
we're kind of the best.
It's not like just a flashy name. It's like a company that actually seems to be trying to push the limits for athletic wear, which like that's
we love to see
that's
it.
a fucking that's a big deal. So I am all for this partnership, and hopefully this helps the league grow even bigger. Because I mean,
not too big, because then you run out of sizing. And believe me, as someone who's you don't want too much to grow too big.
When you get too big, that's a lot of back problems, and it's just it's messy. It's messy.
It's messy. It's so
you don't
messy.
Want to be top heavy.
Oh man, I tell you, it is a trick navigating your balance being top heavy in sports.
You got all that metal holding. Bitch got a steel girdle up in here. Just you ever seen scaffolding for?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Okay.
it looks like underneath.
We are. I apologize in advance. We are both fucking on one today. This might be your least
If you
favorite
couldn't tell
episode.
by the fucking intro, yeah.
Yeah. This might be either your least favorite episode or the funniest fucking content we've ever created. And we're
Uh,
only 10 minutes in.
yeah. Well, really, who knows how many minutes we're in? Time is a
I do,
hellhole.
because I'm the producer. I know exactly how many
Fair.
minutes we're in.
Fair.
Oh,
Negative
shit.
37.
Negative 37 minutes,
Yeah.
yeah. We went back in time.
Dude, that would be sick, though. Could you
That'd be
imagine?
crazy. We would need that Pitbull song from Men in Black 3. Have you heard that fucking
What
song?
a fucking
We gotta go
pull.
back in time.
What a fucking pull. Dale.
How to tell I'm a musician. If you don't know, that was
Yeah.
such a just. Anywho,
Too funny.
see, we don't take ourselves too seriously here because
No. We
neither of
legally
us.
aren't allowed to.
Yeah, exactly. And legally, you have to listen to us. So once you start this, you
Yeah.
like legally have to stick around. So
Yeah.
you know,
It's like
that's
Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop, you know?
just can't stop. I think no bullshit. Before we move on, I've 100% eaten an entire fucking can of Pringles
Oh,
in one
in one
shot.
sitting.
Like,
In one sitting.
like no problem.
Yeah. It's not hard.
No, it's really not. You just
No.
fucking they're crushable. Anyway,
Yeah.
um, we're gonna start the NHL segment off a little differently.
Sure.
We're gonna start
Okay.
it with our 3 stars of the week.
Oh, wonderful. Let's do
We
it.
never
That's
started with
me.
that. That always kind of ends up
No.
being like one of the later things. But yeah, we're gonna start off
Let's
in
do
case
it.
D doesn't want to stop talking. Continue.
Well, we all know how much I love to talk. All right, so we're going to start with our third star of the week, as we do every week, because he should get some love, unlike his friends. Well,
'Cause
actually,
they
we probably should start with the
suck.
second star, because second star is just like overlooked, I feel like. They're in the middle, nobody gives a shit. Anyway, third star, Linus Ullmark, goalie for the Ottawa Senators. Ullmark stopped. Oh, that's so weird to say. I haven't gotten used to that yet.
That I know that
Linus
he doesn't play
Ullmark
for
with
the
the
Bruins.
Ottawa Senators.
It
Yeah.
feels weird.
I don't think I like it. Anyway, Ollie stopped 88 of the 91 shots he faced, going 3-0-0 with a .99 goals against average, a .967 save percentage, and 1 shutout to lift the Senators into the final wild card spot in the Eastern Conference via an unblemished week. And I'm just going to pause. I'm going to take a quick timeout to say, NHL.com, why the fuck are you mentioning a wild card spot in goddamn December, bro? Like, that'll change in a week.
We're not even at the
We're in
All-Star
December.
break. Let's slow the fuck down.
Slow your roll. Jesus Christ. Anyway, time in. He made 31 saves, including 16 in the second period, and a 5-1 victory against the Anaheim Ducks. Sorry, Chris. Ullmark then recorded his 10th career shutout with 32 stops and a 3-0 triumph over the Carolina Hurricanes. He closed the week with 25 saves and a 3-2 overtime win versus the Pittsburgh Penguins. The 31-year-old Ullmark, who has earned points in each of his past 7 starts dating back to November 27th, owns a 10-7-2 record, 2.52 goals against average, .910 save percentage, and 2 shutouts through 20 total appearances this season. His first with Ottawa. Told you, man, this is just the episode.
This is where we're
Fucking, yeah. This is it. Buckle in. All right, second star.
Weird.
It's gonna get weird. Nathan MacKinnon, center for the Colorado Avalanche. MacKinnon factored on 9 of Colorado's 12 goals, topping the league with 4 goals and 5 assists. I don't know why I read that in fucking backwards order. All at even strength in 3 games to propel the Avalanche to a 2-1-0 week. You lost. He recorded his 9th career 5-point performance and 2nd of the campaign in a 6-2 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. MacKinnon then scored Colorado's lone goal in a 5-1 loss to the Utah Hockey Club. He added 2 goals and 1 assist, and I read that. Nope. Yeah, 2 goals and 1 assist in a 6 outing with at least 3 points this season, and a
Okay, we got
5-2
there.
win against the Nashville Predators to become the first NHL player to reach the 50-point milestone so far in 2024-2025. The 29-year-old McKinnon, the reigning Hart Memorial Trophy and Ted Lindsay Award winner, has played in 32 total games this season. 13 goals, 37 assists, that's your 50. Ranking among the top 2 in the league for points, first with 50, assists, first with 37, even strength assists, first with 26, even strength points, second with 36, and shots on goal, second with 126. And that brings us to our first star, which is none other than Leon Draisaitl, center for the Edmonton Oilers. Draisaitl registered 3 goals and 6 assists for 9 total points, highlighted by 2 game-winning goals in 3 games to help the Oilers complete a perfect week and move into third place in the Pacific Division on the strength of a 5-game winning streak dating to December 5th. Just an active stroke. He became the first player this season to reach the 20-goal mark with 1 goal and 1 assist, including the decisive tally and a 2-1 victory against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Draisaitl then notched 1 goal and 3 assists in his 27th career 4-point performance. I just want to add games and everywhere. You get a game. You get a game. I'm the Oprah of games.
Just handing them out like Oprah.
Yeah. It was a 7-1 win over the Minnesota Wild. He finished. Wow, what a fucking beating. Sorry, Danger. That sucks.
They whipped the shit out
They
of the
whipped
Wild.
the shit out of the Wild.
7-1.
That's embarrassing. He finished the week with 1 goal and 2 assists, capped by his league-leading 7th game-winning goal of the campaign and a 6-3 triumph over the Vegas Golden Knights. The 29-year-old Draisaitl shares first place in the NHL in goals, 22, and ranks 5th in points, 45, through 30 total games this season. Powered by multiple points in each contest during Edmonton's current 5-game winning streak, he and the Oilers will face the Florida Panthers for the first time since Game 7 of the 2024 Stanley Cup Final when they meet tonight, well, that was last night, at Rogers Place on Prime Monday Night Hockey. I don't know if they won or lost. Don't care.
You know how I know that Draisaitl did good last week?
How?
Because he's on my fantasy team and he had 15 points.
Yeah, well, you know what, Chris? Suck it. Okay?
Oh, I will. At the top. It's fine. We'll get to that too. Also, to circle back to the joke about you loving to talk, we all love to talk, which is why we have a fucking podcast.
Fair. Fair.
I love to talk about shit. I just hate having to listen to my own voice.
I mean, also same, which is why you edit this.
Yeah, I know.
And nobody else.
It's the worst.
Cheers to you, Chris. Chin chin.
Chin chin. My sadness. By the way, I just want to point out that in the first period, it is now 2-0 Canadians.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And they're playing the Sabres, right?
Yep.
Yowza.
It
hoits. Especially because the Canadians are mid. So.
Canadians are terrible.
Yeah.
They're at the bottom of the league.
Ouch. Ouch. They're not last, are they?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, that is held by the Predators.
Yeah.
That is handedly
hurts,
held
actually.
by the Predators, but they're goddamn close.
Yeah.
Anyway, another trade.
Yeah, get into it, Chris.
2 weeks in a row, I get to talk about how my team traded someone. In kind of a shocking trade, Cam Fowler and a 2027 4th-round pick were traded to the St. Louis Blues for a 2027 2nd-round pick and 22-year-old minor league defenseman Jeremy Biakabatuka.
Honestly, shout out to you for
knowing how to say that.
Yeah, honestly, props.
Yeah, I'm really good with names. Oh shit. Yeah, I struggled with it at first, and then I was like, wait, and then I heard him say it, and I was like, oh, so I did say it right. Okay.
Yeah,
I assumed.
we got there.
The big crucial part here is the Ducks are retaining 38.5% of Fowler's $6.5 million cap hit. Fowler has a limited no trade clause in which he submits a 4-team trade list to the Ducks every offseason. this one's tough as a Ducks fan, specifically because he's 9 games away from 1,000 games,
Yeah.
and we couldn't let him finish that as a Duck. He's
Yeah.
played his entire
Had that
career in
celebration.
Anaheim. Um, he's been one of our best defensemen the entirety of his career. This comes at a surprise, but also not, because the Ducks have been talking about trading Fowler for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
The $6.5 million cap hit was kind of the big selling point, even though, again, we just basically took on all of Jacob Trouba's contract, and we have so much cap room. But
Yeah.
I mean, I it's bittersweet, right? Because the Blues are actually having a decent season. Um, and at 33, Cam deserves the shot to be on a contender, and because
Right.
there's still some good years left. I think he's got at least 3, 4 more good years of solid production.
I agree with that.
And I think getting him a chance to win a cup is important. I'm gonna miss
Yeah.
Cam for sure. One of my all time favorite Ducks. He will very much so be missed, but
Yeah.
I'm happy he's going somewhere where he's got a shot, and I'm sure Danger's probably so pissed, and she's probably like, "Well, fuck him now that he plays for the Blues." And
For
you
the
know what?
Blues, yeah.
That's fair. That's super
I
fair.
respect that.
That's a rivalry. I get it.
It's a blood feud.
It is a
100%.
blood feud at this point. I feel
Yeah.
like
I think so. With her specifically, I think so.
so much respect to
Yeah.
that thought. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, this one's a little bittersweet. Um,
Yeah.
Uh, General manager
Get some
for the
F's in
Ducks,
chat.
Pat Verbeek, said after meeting with Cam several times over the past few months, it became clear to both of us it may be time for a change. As usual, Cam handled the process with professionalism and remained committed to the Ducks. He was drafted 12th overall in 2010 by the Anaheim Ducks. He is the highest scoring defenseman in franchise history with 457 points in his 991 career games. He's also the franchise leader in goals with 96 assists with 361 and
Nice.
appearances among defensemen. Among all skaters, only Ryan Getzlaf has appeared in more games in Anaheim.
Wow.
Um, so I know
Big
you're
name
never
too.
going to see this, Cam, but as a lifelong Ducks fan, I love you, buddy, and I'm happy for you. I'm going to miss you in Orange. God damn it, I wish they would have let you hit 1,000 in Anaheim.
I know.
Um, Also in news, speaking of Danger and the Minnesota Wild, the Wild have sent down forward Devin
Mm.
Shore. He was placed on waivers. This was announced the other day by Elliot Friedman. Um, he has since cleared waivers and is reporting to AHL Iowa Wild. He's on a one-way contract. For those that are not familiar with how NHL contracts are set up, you either have a one-way or a two-way contract. A two-way contract allows you to be called up and recall or sent down and recalled to the big club freely. Whereas if you have a one-way deal, you cannot be sent down unless you are placed on waivers first. By that
Hmm.
point, you can be claimed by any team in the NHL. If you are not and you clear that, you can then report to the AHL affiliate team. I know last week we talked about waivers and how they work
Yeah.
um, with Jacob Trouba and that situation. This is the other situation to where
Hmm.
it is based on a call up situation. It has been talked about that there is a chance that he could be recalled um, at some point this week by the team. But he has 12 games this season, has 0 points. He has 10 shots with a plus minus of +1 this year. So that's not a
Right.
great start for sure, because I know for a fact he
No.
had points last year.
Hmm.
So this might, again, this team is on a roll
It's gonna
right
be.
now.
Yeah. They're killing it.
They are tied for second in the league right now. So I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like this is a smart move you know, if Devin needs a little bit of a wake up call, be like, hey, just need you to get back into this, man.
Yeah.
There you go. You know,
Hopefully it
so
does it.
we will see for sure. As I do want to mention, because I forgot to pull this up. But where is it? Braden Pachal has been paid by the Calgary Flames.
That's right.
Elliot Friedman
Remember
earlier
that.
today reported that it's a 2 by $1.1875 million deal. Pachal has 2 points on the season. He has a plus minus a -4. He's not exactly having the best start to the year, but he is defensively a decently solid defenseman.
Hmm.
So I get why it's a low deal, but we will see if that does anything beneficial for the Calgary Flames.
Fingers crossed.
Have to see. Um, there was some exciting news today, D, that I know you would wish to talk about.
Yeah.
With the Winnipeg Jets.
Who are killing it right now. They're currently first in the league. We're just all flip-flopping around the league right now. Yes, the Winnipeg Jets have helped to make NHL history by officially signing Kevin He, who is the first ever player to be born in China. We have a lot of players and a lot of different from different countries, and Kevin is the first Chinese born. He was born in Beijing. He is an 18-year-old forward, and he was selected fourth round, so 109th overall in the 2024 draft. And then he just recently signed his entry-level contract. I believe, was that today? I don't know. There's no date.
Yeah,
We'll say it was today.
at noon today.
Yes, there we go. Winnipeg originally had the number 123 pick in the fourth round, but traded it and its seventh round pick to the Buffalo Sabres. Talking about them a lot today. In order to move up, and they selected he. They said we felt strong enough that he wasn't going to be there if we waited much longer. Fortunately, we found an opportunity to jump up and grab him. When someone takes so much pride in their heritage and so much pride in their craft in the sport, and they want to be involved, it says a lot about that person and the individual. If it can turn out to be a great story, that's secondary. It's always nice to see the diversity in the game and maybe help grow the game more. It would be a great story if he can continue to take that next step. He is currently playing for the Niagara of the Ontario Hockey League, or the OHL, where he has 43 points, that is 23 goals and 20 assists over 29 games. So he's doing pretty good.
That's real good stats.
Pretty good.
And he's only 18, so he can play out this year in the CHL.
Mm-hmm.
And with
He
a
said
talent
that,
like his, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
No, but with a talent like his, it's not something you want to rush, right? Like you want to make sure that he's
fully developed.
Yeah, that he's ready enough to at least get to the minors, because like even the AHL, like there's still a lot of talent there, and that's not really that's no joke. It's like AAA baseball, you know.
Right.
So
yeah,
good on Winnipeg for taking their time with him and not just being like,
yeah.
boom, welcome to the majors,
Right.
kid.
Yeah. So he grew up in Beijing until he was about 6, and that's when he moved to Montreal. So he said, in addition to developing his hockey skills, because he was really kind of just at small ice rinks and malls in Beijing, so he didn't really have much of a chance to play over there. He also had to learn 2 languages when he arrived in Canada, because he mostly spoke Mandarin in Beijing. So then he had to learn French, because they speak French in Canada, in case you didn't know that. And then also English, because he would go live with his relatives in Connecticut for several months at a time for like hockey camps and things like that.
Connecticut's a good place.
Yeah.
I might be biased.
Maybe just a little bit.
A little bit.
Niagara picked he in the second round, number 25 overall of the 2022 OHL priority selection draft, after he had 25 points in 16 games for North York's under 16 AAA team. Andong Song was the first China-born player selected in the NHL when New York Islanders took him in the 6th round of the 2015 draft, but Song never signed his entry-level deal. So Song was the first player selected, but never signed, which makes he record-breaking. for actually deciding to sign that contract. And like we said, he's 18. He's still playing in the OHL. He's going to finish out that season. Niagara, I think, finished last year.
Yeah.
So they're hoping to not suck so much this
So they're
year.
hoping to turn this shit around, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. But we will be seeing he in a Jets jersey within a couple of years, I'd say.
Oh, I imagine so.
Yeah.
I imagine so. Um, so I think it's time we talk about some things with the Buffalo Sabres.
Oh, geez.
Um,
Yeah.
before today's game, which is currently in the first period as of time of recording. We record these on Tuesdays. Um, team owner Terry Pagula visited the locker room um, in what has been a 10-game losing streak. Uh,
Yowza.
Buffalo had shown some serious promise early in the season, and in the past couple weeks, it has not been great. Lindy Ruff, coach of the team, was asked in the interviews about that. Um, before the game, it was said that that was incredible of what he did just to show up. Terry cares. He's passionate about what's happening here, and for him to take the time to come here, it meant a lot to everyone. I thought it was great. I think anytime the owner cares that much to come in, it sends a message that resonates throughout the locker room.
Hmm.
Um, I think this is a perfect segue into our question of the week. Buffalo is 0-7-3 in their last 10 games. They have been at the bottom of the league for what feels like a very long time.
Hmm.
What what steps do you think that they need to take to turn the ship around?
So I that's tough. Um, when uh Terry visited the locker room, he told them, "We believe in you. The solution is in this room," as per Frank Severali, who NHL insider. So I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest. I mean, it does by looks, right? If you're looking at stat sheets, for example, yeah, they have a bunch of like really key players that should be able to drive things forward. Um, but I think that they are missing a coaching element. I'm not saying that that's Lindy Ruff. I'm not saying that he is who needs to be replaced. But I think that they need something. Um, oh, I forgot to pull this up. I was going to look up their. Um, hold on. Let's see. So they're currently ranked 30th for their power play percentage for completions, for being able to get a puck in the net on the power play. However, their PK, their penalty kill, they're ranked 18th. So clearly they have put a lot of focus on the penalty kill, and that is paying off big time. But their power play unit is struggling. And I think that some of their losses haven't been that terrible. I mean, clearly they had 3 overtime losses. Maybe a power play goal would have made the difference in all 3 of those games, and at least you're in the positive column a little bit more than you are right now. So I think that that is maybe where they need to focus their coaching. I think that there are holes within the coaching because no one coach does everything, right? And while we can say that, sometimes the fish rots at the head, uh, Peter Laviolette, excuse me, um, sometimes it does come from that area. I don't think that that's Lindy's fault. I think that there is something else. I think that they're within the coaching staff. They're not completely connected. And so things like that need to be changed. Um, I think that there is, I mean, you have Logan Thompson or not Logan, sorry. That's my guy. Tage Thompson, who has 16 goals right now, and that's great. But like, who else is scoring for you? Maybe it is like a back to basics. kind of a thing that they need to get back in touch with that, and they need to find additional leadership in the locker room as well. So, not just coming from your coaches, not just coming from your GM, all that kind of stuff. Maybe it should be a locker room kind of a situation too. So those are my beginning thoughts, Chris.
Okay. Okay. So in February of 2011,
Hmm.
that is when Terry Pagula bought the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah,
That was also the last time this team made the playoffs.
yeah, was not
2011 is
good.
the last time that they have made the
Yeah,
playoffs. Now, it's been a coach it's been a coach carousel over there.
yeah.
I think it's a lot less the coaching, and I think it's a lot more front office.
It's interesting though because we are not hearing stories out of Buffalo the same way we are New York,
I
right?
mean,
And so
you
their front office issues, it's harder to pin down what that must be.
Jack Eichel would disagree with you
Mm,
because there was
good point.
all of that shit with Jack Eichel, and a
Good
couple
point.
other players had come out and said we didn't really enjoy our time at Buffalo. Terry
Yeah,
Pagula is an owner of many things. He owns, for those that are not familiar, he owns the Buffalo Bills, the Buffalo Sabres. He owns the
yeah,
Rochester Americans, which are the Sabres' AHL counterpart. He owns the Buffalo Bandits of the National Lacrosse League, and he owns the Rochester Nighthawks of the National Lacrosse League, which to me I feel like is a massive conflict of interest. But that's a conversation for another
for a
day.
different podcast. Yeah.
Um, yes. I know Ryan O'Reilly had talked about his time there. Jack Eichel has talked about his time there.
I'm gonna be
Um,
honest, I forgot that Eichel was in Buffalo.
yeah, he started his career there. He played his
Yeah.
entire career up to the past couple years there.
I forgot about that. We talked about it on this podcast and I forgot about it.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, Tage Thompson, 16 goals, 9 assists. All right, well, Alex Tuck has 9 goals, 16 assists. Jason Zucker,
Yeah.
8 goals, 13 assists. JJ Paterka, 8 goals, 2 assists. Rasmus Dahlin, 6 goals, 3 assists. Owen Power, 4 goals, 15 assists. Like, you've got your
Yeah.
top, like, 7 guys. Bowen Byram, 4 goals, 14 assists. Like, they're fucking killing it.
Hmm.
But, like, the problem is with Buffalo, they've scored 92 goals. They've given up 104 goals.
Yeah.
They have their goal differential is a -12. Like, their scoring isn't massively the problem. Their goaltending is fucking disgusting. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen in 21 starts
Hmm.
has a 2.80 goals against. Let's just
Yeah.
continue that because oh no. Yeah, well yeah, let's continue. He's given up 2 today in the first period.
Yeah.
Devin Levi 3.97 goals against in 7 starts. James Raymer 5 games started, 3.58 goals against. So first off, your goaltending's fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
Devin Levi had a strong year last year, very much so. He is having a rough one this year. Luukkonen, I like Luukkonen. He's
I
not
do
your
too.
starter. Like, you need to have more depth there. There's a lot of talent on this team. You signed guys like Dylan Cousins. You signed guys like
Hmm.
Tage Thompson. You brought in on trade. You got Jordan Greenway, who did really well in Minnesota. He's not doing anything right now. Jack Quinn, another young talent who's got only 7 fucking points
Obeku
in
Bell
25
too.
games.
They just picked him
Yeah,
up this past
Ube
offseason.
Obey Kubel has 2 points in 14 games.
Which I mean, he produced better than that when he was in Washington. He wasn't a star of the show, but he was
He
a
had
presence on the
16
ice. And
points
where's
in
that
60
fucking gone?
games last year.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make sense. I like you can continue to hire coaches, fire coaches, bring new people in, but at some point, when do you look inside and go,
Yeah.
what do I need to do to make this work? Because
Right.
what they're doing isn't fucking working, and it's
No.
an embarrassment to the city of Buffalo.
Well,
It
they're
is.
used to it.
But it's an embarrassment.
It is, yeah. It
Like
100% is.
they're not used to it with other sports. Buffalo
No.
Bandits have won the NLL championship the last 2 years. They've
Yeah.
been in the championship the last 4 or 5 years in a row. The Buffalo Bills, granted, yes, they haven't won a Super Bowl, but they are always a favorite and they're always a threat in the playoffs.
True.
Like, there is no excuse that this team hasn't made the playoffs in 15 fucking years almost.
Yeah.
Like, this is
It's pretty
it's
bad.
and the fact that they haven't made the playoffs since Pagula's owned them,
Yeah, I didn't realize that at
when
all.
you've had some fantastic players that have gone through there, such as Ryan Miller, Thomas Vanek. Like you somehow fucked up the pooch and lost Jack Eichel. Um,
When did he take ownership?
2011, February of 2011.
So, in 2011, they finished 15th, um, overall in the league. The
Yeah,
next season, 19th, 23rd, 30th, 30th, 23rd, 26th, 31st,
yeah.
27th, 25th,
They just
31st. The highest
dropped.
they've finished since then was 19th in the following year, following his ownership, and then 20th. And
Yeah.
that was 2 seasons ago, the 22-23 season.
Mm-hmm.
That is a steep and quick decline because to go from 11th, finishing 11th in 9-10, and they lost in the conference quarterfinals. That's crazy.
Yeah. Like we
They
got.
finished first in 2006 and 7, lost in the conference finals, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Obviously,
But
there's
one,
the
they were first overall in the league up until that point.
yeah, and I mean, obviously, you go back to like 2000,
Hmm.
um, or I'm sorry, 99 when they lost in the Stanley Cup Finals,
Yeah.
in a very controversial way. Um, but
Yeah. Well,
like,
it's a long time
at
ago.
what at what point do we start being like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Like,
Yeah.
there needs to be front office changes. There needs to
Hmm.
be ownership changes because it's very apparent that whatever the fuck is going on in Buffalo started when Pagula bought the team.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that it's tough because I didn't really. I mean, I know obviously Eichel was unhappy and his trade was a clusterfuck. We talked about it a couple of years back. Um, but it's hard because it's like there aren't the facts out there, right? Of
Yeah.
what's happening, what the vibe is, why they hated it so much. It's just like, yeah, I wasn't happy in Buffalo. So like, okay,
Well,
but why?
I
And then that
know a
makes it
lot.
really hard to call for change when,
Right.
you know what I mean? There isn't that microscope there.
Yeah. I feel like the big thing that was talked about with Eichel was the fact that the team would not allow him to have neck surgery, which is the
Yeah.
only thing he was asking for in his neck injury. They kept trying to
Yeah.
rehab it. He missed so much time. The second he gets to Vegas, they give him everything he needs. He
Hmm.
comes back and he wins a fucking Stanley Cup. For
Right.
people who said, "Oh, he was never going to be as good as McDavid and this and that." And it's like, "All right, well, he's got a cup before McDavid does."
Yeah.
And a lot of that cup win with Vegas had to do with his production.
Hmm.
There's no question on that. I don't
So yeah,
I
maybe
don't
the front
fucking
office part of it,
understand.
but maybe the front office part of it is benefits, right? Like, I mean, if you are not happy with what the organization is providing you, then you're not going to get out on that ice, and you're not going to work your fucking hardest, and you're not going to do the best for your teammates and for your coaches and for ownership, because fuck ownership.
Yeah, and another player who definitely talked about his time there, and this just popped into my head now because we've talked about him recently, but Robin Leonard spoke out about his
Oh
time
yeah.
in Buffalo and how unhappy he was and how it led to him starting, a substance abuse problem.
Hmm.
And it didn't get any better when he went to Chicago. So,
Well,
I just
another shit organization. So
yeah, another organization that definitely needs a lot of changes. But I'm just
front office changes. Yeah.
like my mind, until I am proven wrong, I will die on the hill that Terry Pagula needs to sell the fucking team, because if you want to start with change, let's start at the top.
Yeah, or at least if you're not gonna sell the fucking team, then stop fucking micromanaging it.
Or bring in someone that actually gives a shit. You have the
Yeah.
money, fuckface. You have the
Clearly,
money.
you own how many fucking teams? Was it
You own
6?
2 teams
Good
in one
God.
sports league. And how the fuck
Yeah,
that's allowed, I don't understand. Name me another sports league that would allow that.
I can't. That's not how
Exactly.
that works.
Exactly. But
That's
again,
not how that works.
conversation for another day.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of the Pagulas. I know his wife Terry is a very lovely woman. But yeah,
Wait, are they
or not
both named
Terry.
Terry?
What the fuck's her name? Shirley?
I was gonna say
Sherry?
Terry and Terry, that's funny.
Kim.
Not even close,
Kim.
bro.
No. I'm on a
That's a
rant. Don't
different zip
mind me.
code.
Don't mind me. His wife Kim, very nice. I know she's been sick recently. Um, but yeah, no, like Terry Pagula,
Yeah.
sell the fucking team. Sell the
Yeah.
fucking team. Because
Or
holy
become like a
shit.
minority shareholder. Jesus
Just
Christ.
give the reins to someone who's gonna fix the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
Let me have a fucking go.
Yeah.
Just anything. Even if it's wrong, try something. Just fucking try something. And I can
Dude,
tell
if
you,
anyone would
firing
like
Lindy
to
Ruff
give
isn't going to fix the
Chris and
problem.
no, it's not going to. And I don't yeah. Getting additional coaching supports might help the problem. It might make the problem look better on paper, but you're 100% right. It's not going to fix the problem. The problem is so much more than that. But also, if any teams out there in the NHL want Chris or I to take over for like a day, a week, 16 hours to try and fix your program, let us know. We're happy to do it. I would even consider doing it for a hefty reduced fee. Um, so give us a call.
Just pay me with a Coke and a fucking smile. I'll do it. Just to
Honestly, pay me
fix.
with like a couple of tickets, man.
Dude, just fly
At
me
this point,
out.
a couple of tickets.
Let me sit in the
That's all I need.
fucking. Let me sit in the owner's box for a couple games. That's
Yeah,
all I'm
right?
asking. And I will.
That's it.
I
That's all I
guarantee
want.
you I'll fix your problem. Watch me.
Yeah.
I'll trade away like half of a team.
I'll fix a problem. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
the problem, but I'll
I'll
fix a
fix.
problem.
I'll fix a problem. Let me take over
Mhm.
ownership. What are you gonna do? Firing everyone.
Dude,
Starting
the
from
way the first thing I
scratch.
would do would be to go through the HR handbook and fix a lot of the problems there, because I think that that would fix in a lot of organizations, I
Oh
think that would
yeah.
fix some shit.
Chicago. Whew.
Oh my god, Chris, did you catch what I have?
I think I did. I caught the
Yeah,
fuck the Blackhawks
yeah,
itis. I already had my own fucking problems with the Blackhawks,
yeah.
but yeah, no, I'm. D asked earlier if I was gonna be spicy today, and did this fill your
It did.
quota?
It did. It did. I'm very
Yeah, I
happy.
was yelling a little bit, a little
Yeah.
loud,
Mhm.
but it's necessary. Sometimes you have to,
It is.
because
Yeah.
I care about the
Sometimes you gotta get fired
organization.
up.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and I very much so care about them. I've been a fan of theirs since I was in high school. I obviously the Ducks are my number one, but I've always been a supporter of the Buffalo Sabres, and I want to see them
Mhm.
do well. I just
Right.
they
They're not gonna
have
do
a
well right now.
talented they have a talented roster. I don't understand what's
Yeah.
going on. Something's wrong. And I think it starts at the top, the very top.
Yeah. As it so often does. I mean, very few teams have proven us wrong.
Yep.
I'm willing to give chances and say, like, let's try looking at this, let's try looking at this. But so often the issue is ownership or general management.
I mean, the numbers don't lie, and the fact that the team has not made the playoffs since Pagula's owned the team tells me
Mhm.
everything I need to know.
Yeah.
That's either a massive coincidence or there's a bigger issue that we're not talking about.
And again, they haven't topped 19th since he's on the team.
Yeah.
That's Midland of the pack, right? Like, or not even. That's not even middle of the pack. That's lower middle.
You've
And
missed,
then
yeah,
like fucking bottom 10 for the last however many years.
yeah. No, it's
That's bad.
it's disgusting. So
No bueno.
Let us know in the comments if you guys have any thoughts on the Buffalo situation, or if you think I'm fucking out of my mind. Like,
Also, who do you think would be a good owner? Like, if you're a fan of the Sabres organization, if you're from the New York area, who do you want to see step in and place a bid for Sabres ownership? I know, like, we had talked, who was it that was looking to buy the Ottawa Senators a couple years
Ryan
back?
Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. If there's a celebrity owner, like, do you think, like, Snoop Dogg could come in and fix Buffalo?
Dude,
That would be fucking
I
hilarious,
bet you
honestly.
Snoop comes in and fixes everything.
Yeah, right?
Which would be the most
So let
Snoop
us
thing
know who
ever.
you think would be a good either celebrity owner purchase or just another owner, someone that you know from the area that has a lot of money to be able to buy a fucking sports team, and think that they would actually like give a shit and turn the ship around. Let us know in the comments down below.
Well, after that rant, you're welcome, by the way. It's not
You're
often
welcome.
I get passionate about shit. It's not often.
No.
But
Uh-uh.
sometimes you gotta just lay the hammer in. Um, on to which, speaking of laying the hammer down, we have a couple
We do.
suspensions or fines this week.
Fines.
A
Yeah, we
couple
have a couple of fines
fines,
this week, so no suspensions, luckily.
couple naughty boys
But we do have
still.
a couple of fines. So on December 14th, um, Jonathan Berggren of the Detroit Red Wings got caught cross-checking Connor Dewar and was fined $2,148.44, bringing our total of fines for the season to $39,533.86. Except wait, hold up, that number's going to change because it was just announced prior to recording that the San Jose Sharks head coach Ryan Warsofsky has been fined $25,000 for inappropriate conduct during an NHL game against the U Hockey Club on Saturday, December
What
14th.
the fuck did he do?
So I couldn't find a video of it. I looked. If anyone has one, please send it to me. But apparently, he called the refs a bunch of fucking pussies, and he may or may not have done that motion.
That's a fake penis, sir. Also, can we point out this is the
So
second time that you've called the Utah Hockey Club the Hockey Club?
did I really?
You did. You said Yuha, and then you went Hockey Club,
Yeah.
and I was like, that's twice she's done that this year. Yuha?
I don't know why I can't do it.
Because it's the
The Utah
Utah
Hockey
Hockey
Club.
Club. It's a tongue
You know what?
twister.
I stand by it.
Bitch, I said it.
The Utah Hockey
Get
Club.
a better goddamn name if you don't want us to
I
fuck it
mean,
up. Honestly, though, I'm
y'all
not
y'all
gonna
had to go by
lie.
Utah Hockey Club and not like Salt Lake.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate it.
Utah?
I no Utah, the Utah Hockey Club.
No.
I don't necessarily hate that name.
I like calling them Utahns, and it makes me think of
Utahns.
tampons for some reason. I don't know
It just
why. It
needs to be the
sounds, I
Storm
don't
and
know.
Mormons, and that's all I'm saying.
It's
But I don't
probably
know.
Yetis, but whatever.
Part of me doesn't fucking hate Utah Hockey Club.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
it's a weird take, but I'm kind of
That
down
is a
for it.
weird take. I think you are party of one
It's
on this one.
super unique. Super unique. No other
Uh,
team in the league is called that.
I mean, true. Why
It's
would
very
any
unique.
other club be called the Utah Hockey Club?
You know what I fucking mean.
Do
Jerk.
I?
Yes. Also, shout out. Literally just did a massive bitching session about the Sabres, and it looks like Owen Power just scored.
There you go.
No, it's
They're
Dylan
still
Cousins.
behind.
That was Dylan Cousins, so they're down 2-1.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, Ryan called the refs a bunch of pussies, which, like, personally, look, I'm gonna say it. The refs this year have been shitty. So if all he did was call them a fucking pussy, I think maybe that's a little sensitive to fine him $25,000
yeah, it's a bit
for
aggressive, yeah.
that. He
Bit of a
he
soft
didn't
penalty.
threaten to fight them out back. He didn't tell them that he was going to relieve them of their, you know, their testes. None of that. He just called them
Well,
pussies.
if he was doing a bit of this, there was a little bit of something else he's doing at the end of the night.
Well, he was offering them a service,
He was
you know?
exactly. Give me
That's
a
a
call, and
kindness.
I'll, just
Yeah,
jerk it a little.
exactly. So those were the that's the suspensions that we have so far. We'll keep y'all updated next week if we see any more.
This
All
whole
right, which I
episode's
guess takes us into
so
our Hurdy Boys,
unhinged.
huh? It really is. All right, we got some Hardy Boys. No updates or anything out of Anaheim. Y'all ain't done shit. Same people as last week.
Yeah, the only player we had on the fucking list we sent somewhere else.
That's not true. Seacrest on the list last week, wasn't he?
Yeah, but honestly, at this point, I'm waiting for Zegers to be the next one to get traded. So
That would that would be an interesting step for Anaheim to take.
I would just cry. I would just immediately
Yeah,
fucking sob.
yeah. So yeah, Anaheim just has Urho Vakanainen and Trevor Zegras. They've been on there. Not worried.
Well,
Boston, Hampus
Vakanainen doesn't play for
Lindholm.
us anymore.
Why is he still on this fucking list?
He plays
That's right.
for
I
the
keep forgetting.
Rangers now.
I keep forgetting that he was traded. He's still on
He was
CBS's injury
traded.
report. Look, I'm having an active stroke, and you should not make fun of me.
Dude, this is
It's a
just
serious medical
fucking.
condition, Chris.
It's a fucking nightmare of an episode. You're welcome for the comedy.
I want it known that Chris is making fun of someone for their medical condition.
Okay, all right. Let's vilify me here. Also, can we
Yeah.
talk about how this is the CEO and COO of the company? Who
Our
let us
work
be in
culture's great.
charge of anything? Oh shit.
Anyway, actually, now that I've updated the page, now Vakanainen is gone.
Fucking
So I guess
there.
maybe I just needed to update something. I don't
You
know.
know, that's
Anyway,
probably right.
on to Boston. Hampus Lindholm still out with that lower body injury. Maybe we'll see him return. Fucking who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know. At the end of the month, so likely after the Christmas break. Buffalo Sabres. Funny we should mention them. They still have Rasmus Dahlin, Jordan Greenway, and Sam Lafferty out. They are expected to be back over the next couple of days. So we'll see. Calgary. Jesus Christ. I think I'm going to refresh this again because according to this, everybody was updated today. And I just know that not to be true. Factually incorrect.
I can confirm that neither Greenway or Darlene or Lafferty are playing today.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
For Calgary, Andrei Kuzmenko is out, expected to return in a couple of days, lower body injury. Justin Kirkland out with a knee issue. He's done for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's six. Carolina Hurricanes. We have Jack Drury, who's out with that hand thing. He's expected to return in late January. For Chicago, we have Peter Mrazek, who has a groin injury. He is supposed to return in 2 days. We shall see. Taylor Hall has an undisclosed injury day to day. He's supposed to be back today, but I don't see him yet in our game because we are currently playing them. But I haven't seen him. Let's see, who else? Alec Martinez out with a neck injury, supposed to be back on the 19th. For the Colorado Avalanche, we have Miles Wood, who has been updated to come back on at the end of the month. So roughly we'll expect him back early January. Oliver Kylington is also out with an upper body issue, expected to be back at the end of the month. Josh Manson out with an upper body injury, expected to be back in a couple of days. Jonathan Drouin also expected to be out to the end of the month. For the Columbus Blue Jackets, we have Justin Danforth, who is out with a lower body injury, expected to be back in a couple of days. Igor Chinakhov out with an upper body issue, expected to be back at the end of the month. Jack Johnson, great artist, out with an eye injury, expected to be back in a couple of days.
That just made me think
Unrelated.
about Letterkenny. And there's an episode in Letterkenny where he goes, "Suck my Jack Johnson." And then the response is, "Which one? The hockey player or the guitarist?" Both. Just immediately made me think of he just sit the back, someone laughing,
Yeah.
going, "Which one?"
Which one? Love it. For the Dallas Stars, we have Thomas Harley, who is out with an illness, with a syphilis illness. Day to day, he's expected to be back in action tomorrow. It's a quick turnaround. Not bad. Matt Dumba is out with an upper body issue, expected to be back on the 20th. For Detroit, we have Marco Casper, who's out with an illness day to day, should be back in tomorrow. Cam Talbot, still out with that lower body issue, expected to return on the 20th. For Edmonton, we have Alec Regula, who has a knee issue, expected out until the 21st. Evander Kane, he is still out with that hip. He has been moved to long term for his injured reserve. Florida, Alexander Barkov, out with an illness day to day, should be back tomorrow. The Los Angeles Kings have out Trevor Moore with an upper body injury, expected to be returned on the 19th. Arthur Kaliev out with a collarbone issue, expected to be out to the end of the month. Drew Doughty expected to be back in early January from that ankle injury. Same with Trevor Lewis, out to be expected to be back early January. For the Minnesota Wild, they have a few people. They have Philip Gustafson, expected back on the 20th. Yakov Trenin out with an upper body injury. He is day to day. Joel Eriksson Ek, he is expected back the 27th of this month, along with Jakob Lauko, both lower body injuries. And then Middleton is expected back in early January from his hand situation. Nobody new for Montreal Canadiens. For the Nashville Predators, Jeremy Lauzon should be back in a couple of days. Alexandra Carrier should be back in a couple of days, as well as Roman Josi. They should all come back in a couple of days. So they might see, maybe they won't be in last. We'll see. Probably not. Doubtful. At this point, doubtful.
I don't know. That's Nashville's territory.
Yeah. New Jersey, Santeri Hataka is out with a shoulder injury. He should be back at the end of the month after the holiday break. For the New York Islanders, we have Mike Riley, who is out until February, with late February at that, with a chest issue. Semyon Varlamov should be back in next week. Same with Anthony Duclair. For the New York Rangers, sucks to suck. They have Artemi Panarin out with an upper body issue, expected to return in just a couple of days. Keandre Miller also out with an upper body issue, expected to be back in just a couple of days as well. For the Ottawa Senators, we have Artem Zub out with a foot issue, expected to be back the 21st. Anton Forsberg, wow, expected to be back the 28th. I did. David Perron also expected to be back on the 28th of this month. For Philadelphia, Ryan Ellis is, I think, done. Nicholas Delorier, one of Danger's faves, is out until the 21st with an upper body issue. For the Pittsburgh Penguins, Marcus Pettersson, lower body injury, expected back on the 28th of this month. For San Jose, we have Klim Kostin, upper body issue, expected back the 21st. Logan Couture, groin injury. He is expected back in March now. And then Marc-Edouard Vlasic should be back in early next week. For the Seattle Kraken, we have Yanni Gourde out with an lower body injury, expected back in a couple of days. Jordan Eberle, pelvis issue. He's out until February 22nd. The St. Louis Blues have Nick Leddy, who has that lower body issue, out until the 27th. Radek Faksa, that's a dope name. Radek Faksa. Awesome, that's dope. Shout out to you, Radek. Come on the podcast. Yes, although please. He's out with a lower body injury, he's back on the 19th.
So he
Torrey
has time.
Krug. He has time, is what I'm hearing. It's a lower body issue. It's not like, anything. He can sit. He'll be fine.
Yeah, he's not in like a neck brace.
Yeah.
He'll be all right.
He'll be fine. Torrey Krug, done for the season. Janice Moser. Probably Yanni, but Janice sounds more fun, so. Janice Moser out with a lower body issue, out until the 28th. Shout out to Janice. For Toronto, no update really on Jan Krok. Anthony Stolars, one of my goalies in my fantasy league, is out with a knee issue for 4 to 6 weeks. He will be back on roughly the 22nd of January. And then Yanni Hakanpää should be making his return tomorrow to the ice.
Also great name.
Supposedly.
Great player.
Also great name. Yeah. For Utah, we have Connor Ingram. Upper body issue should be back at the end of the month. John Marino. Back problems should be back in late January. Same with Sean Druzy. Robert Bortuzzo, lower body issue, should be back at the end of the month. Maverick Lemereau. Probably Lemereau. is out on injured reserve with an upper body issue. Should be back first week of January. The Vancouver Canucks have out Philip Hronik, who's out until end of January. Kevin Lankinen, who was my other fucking fantasy goalie, who's out day to day with an illness. Hopefully he is back soon because I need him to give me points.
It's not going well
Uh,
for you over there.
no, no. And Derek Forbort, also out with an illness day to day. Maybe they have the same illness. Kevin and Derek?
Beep,
Could be.
beep. All aboard the syphilis bus. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
The next team with some Herney boys, we have Vegas Golden Knights. Ben Hutton should be returning at the end of the month. Ivan Barbashev should be returning in just a couple of days. And that is it for them. For Washington, Alex Ovechkin, as of right now, might be returning next week.
No shit.
Before Christmas. Possibly before Christmas. It might be a Christmas gift to us all. We don't know yet.
That's crazy.
Time will tell. Sonny Milano should be back at the end of the month. Andrew Mangiapane is out with an illness. He is day to day. I don't know if he's playing tonight. I didn't check. Doesn't really matter, to be honest with you. If he's playing or not, he'll be back. That's it for them. And then for the Winnipeg Jets, we have Dylan Sandberg, who is out until next week with a foot injury. Nikolai Ehlers, who is out until tomorrow with a lower body issue. And then David Gustafson is out with a concussion and is expected to be back early next week. That is it for our injury report, Chris. I survived. Aren't you proud of me?
I'm so proud.
The answer is yes.
Always.
Thank you so
Always
much.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like you guys are okay to not have Mangiapane for a game or two.
Yeah, he's doing well, though.
Yeah, I said, you guys, that was a big pickup for you guys in the offseason.
Yeah.
You guys went out and did the one thing you needed to do was fix your fucking defense.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jacob Chikrin.
We still need to fix our fucking power play unit. But whatever. You know what? One step at a time.
Exactly.
Okay?
Baby steps. You guys are second in the league right now. I think it's okay.
We're fine.
Switching gears to our fantasy hockey updates. We just wrapped up week 10 of the season. D back in her winning ways. 100 to 84 over John.
Mm-hmm.
Drew got a nice sizable win over Marcello. 134 to 90.
Ooh.
Somehow,
okay.
Maul pulled off a victory.
Wow.
I don't know how. I gave Maul a list of people that can help him, and he essentially said that there were players that he just didn't want to get rid of. One of which doesn't even play in the NHL.
He said, "Bitch, I'm loyal."
Well, loyalty gets you to 3-7. He won over Dave 81 to 70. Wes beat Matt 102 to 71, and I beat the shit out of Danger.
Dude, you gave Danger a new last name.
126 to 67. It was brutal.
Yeah. You know what happened to me last time I lost to you? I went on a 3-game losing streak because I was so embarrassed.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think if anyone bounced back to win after I beat them.
I don't think so.
We're going to check.
I think people are ashamed, and they went to the shame corner.
All right, I beat Maul. Week 2, Maul won.
Oh.
Week 2, I beat Drew. Week 3, Drew lost. I beat Matt week 3. Matt lost week 4. Week 4, I played Wes. Wes lost week 5. I played Marcello week 5. Did he lose week 6? He did. You lost week 7.
Who'd you play week 6? You skipped 6.
You.
Oh, okay.
Week 7, I played John. And let's see, did he lose week 8? John lost week 8. I played Dave week 8. Week 9, Dave won.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
played Marcello week 9, he lost, and then I beat Danger this week, so Danger is getting obliterated.
Yeah.
So are the
Well,
fucking so are the Buffalo Sabres, who are now 5-0. And
oh, wait, they
Patrick
didn't score that one
Laine
goal?
5-1, I'm sorry.
There
Patrick
you go.
Laine just scored a hat trick.
I mean, shout out to
Patty,
Line though.
Patty, it's so good to see you back, bro.
Yeah,
Um,
recovering from that injury. That's awesome.
so week 11
Mhm.
sees you facing off against Maul. You are currently winning. Um,
Yep.
Matt and
Oh boy.
Marcello are playing each other. Marcello's currently winning. John and Danger, like I mentioned, are playing. Danger is losing badly. Uh, Dave and Wes are facing each other. That's actually a close one, and I am playing Drew this week. Standings updates. I feel like this is pretty obvious. I am still undefeated. Um, D has the next best record, and I have
Mhm.
outscored you by 130 points.
Yeah, I know.
um,
It's
right
pretty
now,
bad.
it is. If the playoffs were to start today, it would be myself, D, Drew, and Wes. Meaning Danger would be out.
Yeah.
Um, so that is a thing. And again, like Dave has now jumped to 5th in the league at
Yeah.
5-5. So if Dave can win this week, that would put him in a very good spot to make the playoffs,
For playoff contention, yeah.
which
We'll
would
see.
piss Danger off so much.
So much.
Um,
If he takes her spot, she's
if
pissed.
yeah,
100
um,
100%.
he has Dave has. Let's see, where is he at? He is 6th in points for at 922.
But we still have like I mean, we're halfway through the season right now.
Dave has given up
This
the
is
least
the
amount
midway
of
point.
points.
Okay.
I am second to Dave
Interesting.
by 10 points. Dave has given up 10 less points than me,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
I've
that
actually given up
is
the most points.
you have given up the most points.
Interesting.
I now have a
Second place, but giving up the most points.
99% chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah. Hey, I got a 93, so I won't turn my nose up at that.
Yeah. I'm waiting for it just to say clinched playoff spot.
It's gonna say clinch playoffs, clinch division, clinch number one
Clinched
seed.
number 1 seed. Ugh. Fucking
Yeah.
it's listen, I made it very apparent when we started that I am a very competitive person.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's why you and I are doing the best, because you and I are both very competitive.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah, so I actually do have a trivia question for you.
Okay. Is it good? Tell me, tell me.
I actually think it's very good.
Okay.
Um, since 2000, the Boston Bruins are technically the most successful team of the century, with over 1,000 career wins, or 1,000
Wow.
wins in the season. Well, it's combined, obviously.
Yeah.
Um, Hoisting their Stanley Cup in 2010, 2011, which was their first one since 1972.
Mm-hmm.
Since then, how many Stanley Cup finals have they appeared in since 2011 when they won?
0.
No.
Not. I mean, they haven't gotten there recently. Curse of the President's Trophy is real, y'all. Um. All right, so it's not 0
They have made the Stanley Cup finals since.
since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
3,
No. Close.
4,
Lower.
2.
Yeah. Can you
Damn.
name
I
the
was gonna go to,
years
but I
by
was like,
any
nah.
chance? Can you throw
Huh?
any guesses out at the years?
No.
2012, 2013 when they lost to the
Yeah.
Kings. I believe it was the Kings. Yeah, it was. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was the Blackhawks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, it had to be
And
Blackhawks because
then
that's when.
2018, 2019 to the St. Louis Blues.
Oh, I forgot about that year, to be honest.
They have won the President's Trophy 3 times since they won the Stanley Cup. 2013, 2014, um, which the Kings won that year. That's right.
Mhm.
'Cause they played the Rangers. 2019, 2020, which was their colossal collapse after winning the
Mhm.
President's Trophy and getting swept in the first round by the Blue
Yep.
Jackets. And then 2022, 2023, when they had the best season in the history of the NHL and lost in
And then,
seven to another wild card team in the Florida
yep.
Panthers, which to chap their ass even more, went on to the Stanley Cup Finals that year, and then the next year won the Stanley Cup Finals. Um, but yeah, I
So
think
they
it's
just shouldn't
one
aim for the
thousand.
President's Trophy is what I'm hearing.
That's no, you never want to, because the last team to do that, to win the Stanley Cup and the President's Trophy, was the Blackhawks, and it hasn't been done since.
Wow.
It's 2013, 2012, 2013, the year that they won the
Yeah.
Stanley Cup. Yeah, that
Yeah, I
was
don't
the
think they're
last
gonna do it
time,
anytime
2012,
soon.
2013. But 1,035 wins,
Yeah,
which is
that's a lot.
very much so a lot. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I figured that was a fun one to
That is fun. Thank you, Chris.
throw out. Now you know a lot of shit here.
I know so
Now
much shit now.
you can just be like, hey, guess what?
Right.
How many times did the Bruins made the Stanley Cup Finals? And I would have looked at you and been like 3 times since or twice since they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. You would have
um,
known, but it's okay.
I would have known. Um, moving on to our final segment of the episode, as we always do, is we round it out with the obscure NHL Player of the Week.
Throwing that one in for good measure. Golf clap. Yeah.
Yeah. Today we have a man by the name of Mick Vukoda. He
Get it
was
right,
born
Chris.
in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. He went
Ooh,
undrafted, and he played
the trombone.
from. No, that'd be pretty wild though. He played the majority of his NHL career with one team. He is the all-time franchise leader in penalty minutes with what team?
Um,
Started in the 80s.
well, if you were smart, you would have said the Buffalo Sabres because that's been the theme tonight, but you probably didn't do that.
I
And so
didn't pick the Sabres.
you probably went with
Close though.
the Ottawa Senators.
No.
I tried. New Jersey
He
Devils.
close. So
New
in
York Rangers?
1987-88, he played
Oh,
17 games with the New York
should have known.
Islanders, to where he played the majority of his career, racking up for just that time. He is the all-time leader in franchise penalty minutes with 1,879.
Wow.
In his career, 573 games between the Islanders, the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Montreal Canadiens. He had 17 goals, 29 assists, 2,071 penalty minutes.
Dang.
Yeah. 73 penalty
Dang,
minutes in
dang.
23 playoff games. Um, let's see. Despite not being a major goal scorer, with only 17 in across his 575 games, he did score a hat trick against the Washington Capitals in a 5-3 Islanders win at Capitol Center in October 20th, 1989.
Oh man, Capital Center. That's
Yeah,
long gone.
it was very, very long gone.
Yeah.
Um, at least 20 years.
Yeah.
He did play through multiple different spots until 2000, and in one game in 2011-2012 for the Cape Cod Bluefins in the Federal Prospects Hockey League, he had 4 penalty minutes, which was his first game in
Nice.
11 years after retiring
Okay.
in 2000 with the Utah Grizzlies of the International Hockey League, which no longer exists.
Grizzlies.
Um, it was the NHL's alternate farm system to the AHL at one
Yeah.
point. There is no news on what else he's doing with his life. Let me see, can I find him
Living
anywhere?
it.
Is he on Instagram? Here I am trying to find out things about this man. I
Just
think
doing
he
a
is
scrub.
on Instagram. He looks like he's just vibing.
Just chilling.
His kid plays baseball. Shout out to Mick
There you go.
Hoda.
Yeah, there you go.
Um, yeah, I think that is a perfect place to end. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on what was an episode.
I met all the legal requirements, yeah.
It did, and this felt very much so like an LTN episode because we are. It's not often that D and I get giggly like this and just make jokes like in a professional setting. This is just how we
Yeah.
are all the time. Like the
Right.
lack of dick jokes kind of makes me sad. Uh,
Well, we had a few.
we did, we did. Normally, it's a shit
Normally it's
ton.
more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
normally it's
lot.
more.
But again, this is what I always say. I get to make an ass of myself on the internet with some of my best friends, and I can't really complain,
Can't
you
complain about
know.
that at all. No.
So,
I'll take
if
it.
you guys enjoyed this, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that follow button. If you're watching
Yeah.
us anywhere else, make sure you have
Do
notifications
whatever you
on,
do.
let you know anytime we post anything. Make sure you're following
Yeah.
us on TikTok, like we say every week. Every weekday we have exclusive
Yes.
content that we don't talk about on the pod.
Correct.
If you guys are still sticking around and you're still here with us, let us know in the comments what team you are surprised with to start the season so far, and tell us what
Or
team
what's your
you're
favorite color?
disappointed, or what's your favorite color. Fuck you, D. But yeah, let us know who you're surprised with and who you're disappointed with to start the year.
Yes, please do.
Anything you wish to add?
No.
Well, all right. You just sat there for a second. It's like,
I thought
no,
about it and then I had nothing.
no, that's
The answer is
fair.
no, Chris. Final answer.
Hard
This is
fucking
double
no.
jeopardy.
I'll take you crazy asshole for
I'll take
500,
fuck off.
Alex.
This is the end of the episode.
As I always love to end the episode, peace, love, puss suitor. And we will see you motherfuckers again in the face-off circle.